We have a choice to make daily. A, choose to be yoked to Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. Or B, choose to be yoked to the father of lies. Top of the morning to you. When we consider who we are in Christ, with the mind of Christ and a firm determination to get to know God personally and more fully, and we stay yoked with Christ, Matthew 11:29, we see things from his vantage point or perspective. If we choose to not be yoked to him, we are left to our own devices, or choose to be yoked to this world and its ways, which in essence is choosing to be yoked with Satan, who Jesus said in John 12:31 is the ruler of this world. Depending on who we choose to yoke ourselves to is the one with whom we agree and follow after. Will we agree with this world's views or choose to agree with Jesus, who says in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life? If we choose Jesus' yoke, then we walk by faith, not by sight, 2 Corinthians 5:7, agreeing with his word. All the while, our enemy, according to 1 Peter 5:8, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour, waiting for us to agree with his lies. Bottom line, we are either yoked with Jesus, who leads by truth, or we're yoked with our enemy, Satan, who leads by lies and deception. If you want to see a sample of his work, go back to the garden in Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, where Satan said to Eve, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Verse 2, Eve replied, We may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden. Verse 3, But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat of it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Verse 4, the enemy replied, Satan replied, You will not surely die, challenging God's truth with a lie. The rest is history. Sometimes the enemy's deceptions are more subtle, like in the case in Mark 9:17-29, when a son was overcome with epileptic fits. Jesus saw behind the deception that this was not just a physical ailment. He addressed the root cause, a deaf and dumb spirit who had been tormenting the son since he was a little boy. He cast it out and told it not to return. At first, the son's condition seemed worse, and he almost looked like he was dead. But Jesus did not relent. He took the son's hand, firmly grasping it and pulling him up to stand. Jesus explained, All things are possible to him who believes. He further instructed his disciples that since this possession had such a strong grip over time, it could only come out with prayer and fasting. Words of encouragement. Notice in the account of the epileptic son, Jesus did not pray for the symptoms to get better. He went after the root cause, using his authority, which he also gives us in Matthew 28, verses 18-19. He cast out the evil spirit. If we're yoked with Jesus, we can walk in this truth. If we choose to be walked with the father of lies, Satan, we could be deceived into praying for just the symptoms to cease, maybe getting temporary relief, but allowing the real problem to grow, fester, and return. Let's choose to be yoked to Jesus, for he is our King. Have a great day.